Well, hello and welcome to another edition of the Heal It Show. This show is for you and for your family so that you can take your life and your body to a whole new level and feeling vitality, energy, alert, alive all the time. How cool is that, right? You know, pain is a warning sign in our body that something's off, okay? Pain is not there to deny, to postpone, to pretend like nothing's going on. It's something that we have to look at, whether it's your back, your neck, your legs, your knees, wherever it is, your tummy. You know, it's something that you need to take a look at, right? Okay, I say that because I know so many of you out there live with pain, with chronic pain, and you believe, well, this is the way it is. I'll take my prescription medicine, or I'll take I'll do my stretching, but it just keeps happening. It just shows up time and time again. Listen, the goal should be to live pain-free, okay? That's the goal. And there's no reason that you can't. Quite frankly, most illnesses, most chronic pain can be healed, but you got to get to the cause of it, right? Is the cause stress, right? Is it emotional, physical, mental stress? Is that causing something that's going in happening for you that now is showing up as a sore hand because, you know, you'll hold your hand a certain way, or you sleep a certain way at night and you're stressing your body, or you're grinding your teeth? There's something going on, right? That's what we talk about here. We talk about all these issues. Why do we talk about it? Because we know in this show that mind, body, spirit integration is the key to living a holistic, a healthy, a vital, and an amazing life. And, you know, I believe it starts with the mind. The mind is over the body, right? The mind is over what we put in our mouth, right? A lot of people dig their grave with what they eat, quite frankly. So, you know, it starts with a holistic nutritional program of what you want to eat. It also starts with energy alignment with your body and your movement. And it starts with, I would say, mental clarity. If you don't have mental clarity, then what do you have? Okay. All right. Well, today I have a very special guest on my show, and she's been a practitioner for many, many years, and she has some tips that she's going to be able to give you to live healthier, happier, and more vital. So we're going to take a quick break, and when I come back, I'll have my guest.
Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Introducing Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact.
It is so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Strengthen and tone your legs, increase your mobility, flexibility, and balance. Plus, stimulate healthy circulation.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better. It makes me feel stronger too.
Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Call and get upgraded to the Deluxe Bundle. Get the faster motor or 5 miles of steps per hour, the step counter, the sport mat, and wireless remote. Call now.
Well, welcome back, everybody. This is your host, Ken D. Foster. I have a very special guest, Dr. Sherry McAllister, and she's a president of the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress and the host of the Adjusted Reality podcast and so much more. Welcome to the show. I kind of messed that up. I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. Well, you're going to take us today, I believe, on a transformative journey into holistic health and how chiropractic fits into that for my audience. And hopefully at the end of this, my audience has a much better understanding of maybe what they can do to really heal their bodies and heal their minds. Yeah. So, Dr. McAllister, how did you get into chiropractic, and what is your mission these days?
Well, first, thank you for having me. Coming into chiropractic is a very circuitous pathway for me. I had full intentions to be in research and move forward to be a pediatric oncologist. So this is a very strange way when many of your listeners right now, they think I have absolutely the path made for me. But then I think to myself, Robert Frost's quote of, I took the path less treaded. So, that's my story is I ended up being in a research lab and doing some research on the pediatric diseases that were happening at that hospital. And I got into a car accident and I was young and I really didn't understand a lot about the current medical system that we were in. And unfortunately, the car accident was bad enough that I ended up in the emergency room. They were doing a bunch of testing and the outcome was, we're not exactly sure what's wrong with you. And the days after that, it just kept getting worse. So I had massively bad headaches, just ridiculously bad. And I was very athletic, very, often just going out. Like the whole reason I ended up in this car accident is living in Calgary, Alberta. I was going to a 2-stepping lesson and I had brand new boots on that they had to cut off at the ER. Not happy. Anyway, making a long story short, I thought the medication they were giving me was to heal it. I thought it was actually going to make me better. And it was pain medication. Very fortunate, very, very fortunate that I actually had some significant adverse events to it. So I took it very, very sparingly. It happened to be an opiate. I didn't know. I'm very fortunate. And I say that because I have so many people that I've touched over the years through chiropractic that got addicted. And I love them to death and I totally get it. Stanford comes out with 30% of the people, they get addicted on their first one. So I felt very fortunate that I had these adverse events of being sick, but I actually ended up trying to figure out why I wasn't getting better because I did everything they told me to. I was going to physiotherapy. They sent me to a neurologist. I ended up in an orthopedic surgeon's office and he thankfully said, this is not a surgical case, but all I wanted to do was get better so I could look in the microscope and do my research. And the outcome was I continued to decline. So after 6 months, one of my friends who was in the lab with me just said, "Can I give you this card? You look like you're always in pain. And I remember before the accident who you were and what you stood for, and you just seem like you're fading away," which I think if people out there that are suffering, I very much appreciate it. When you start taking these drugs, that's how I felt. I felt like I was fading away. And someone gave me a chiropractic card and, well, it changed the entire movement of my life. I was shocked that it was the first time someone actually explained what was wrong with me. Like I never actually knew what was wrong. The chiropractor took me aside, took my x-rays and said, "Here's the problem." And I was very skeptical because it was like, I'm a researcher. I'm all about the facts, all about show me the evidence. And here I am in this chiropractor's office, the last hope of everything I've tried, with my arms crossed thinking, "You're a weirdo. There's no way this is going to work, but whatever, what do I have to lose?" And I walked out of there without a headache after 6 months. And I asked myself, how could this be? How could this be? You're my last hope. And no one ever gave me you first. And you were drug free. And I knew right there, that's it. I will never allow another patient to be a last hope moment again.
Yeah.
I'm going to become a chiropractor. I'm going to change the world with Ken Foster. And we're going to make a difference.
Well, you are making a difference. Just that story, there's right now in the United States, it's been reported that 6.1 million people aged 12 or older have reported an opiate use disorder. And the stats that I see right here, 2023, we had 107,543 drug overdoses with synthetic opioids. So it's, and now I have to say a lot of that was fentanyl, but what you said was profound, because you thought that you were getting a pill that was going to help you heal. And what you were getting was a pill that was, treating some symptoms, but never got to the cause. And this is the key. This is the key to my show. This is the key to health and vitality, is we have to stop treating the symptoms and get to the root cause. That's what chiropractor does. I go to chiropractors anytime something is off that I can't physically heal myself, right? So why is it that so many people wait so long till they get chronic pain to go and see someone that knows, I would call it, you know how to crack bones, but you also know energy medicine. You know how the body works, right? Yeah.
That's exactly right. And I know currently that 85% of the population in the United States have never seen a chiropractor. And that actually is my mission, is that if you're listening right now and you've never seen a chiropractor, that actually works against you, not for you. Because then when you're treating yourself with a cause or a problem, you're like going into these silos of experts where their toolkit is in fact often what I received, which is a drug. You watch the pharmaceutical advertisements and they're absolutely uttered in language laden with extravagance. It's the music, the beauty, the people, and it's completely void of benevolence. There is no way you can take a drug and not have an adverse event. The problem is, do we even know what the adverse event is? Even at the microscopic level, there's a change in your body. Now, sometimes that's the healing change, but sometimes that actually takes away from who you are. And I hate to say it, and obviously my classmate knew it, but I became zombie-like. The loss of expression, the loss of energy, the loss of enthusiasm. And today I'm like fired up, ready to go. My life was saved because someone took a chance to give me an option that was never there before and probably would never have been given to me. And now the world is starting to change to see that we're not actually isolated symptoms that just need more. We're actually some of the parts. And when we get to that root, which is what you explained so beautifully, is that the body, and forgive me, whoever is going to be offended by this word, is innate intelligence. But when the body has an innate intelligence, an actual understanding that it can heal itself, and those self-healing capabilities, when properly aligned, that's what makes it a foundational pillar for whole being care. And that's really the focus, I think, of the next future of healthcare is, can we treat a patient where they're at and bring them along to where they want to be?
Well, I agree with you. And I think that, it was Nikola Tesla that said, if you want to understand the universe, understand energy, frequency, and vibration. And I think the most important part of that is really starting to tune in with your own energy, your own vibration. You said it, how you woke up in the morning, right? You're like zombie-like. If there's somebody listening today and you're zombie-like, okay, there's a reason for that. That's not natural. It's unnatural to be zombie-like. Okay, what's natural is to have energy, vitality, and feel awake, alert, alive. That's natural, right? So one thing I love about chiropractic is that it treats the whole body, right? We're not focused on those isolated symptoms. Let's talk a little bit about the nervous system. Why is it essential for overall health and well-being? I think this is a key to our energy, our frequency, and the vibration.
I love that you say those three together, because it really comes down to obviously recognizing where they play in your life. And when the nervous system comes in, we consider that's your gateway. That really is your gateway to health. For those that are listening that can remember the super highway was coming and we're going to have the ability to transmit information around the world, and it ended up being the internet, right? So this, if you consider it in its fundamental simplistic form, is the internet of your body, the nervous system. It's your gateway to move information at a very fast pace. And think of it like a super highway. So if they're you have an injury, that super highway actually gets clogged up, and we got to find detours. So when we think about what does the nervous system do, and you recognize it, then you'll have an appreciation for what happens when your body's not in tune. So that's from your immune response, your digestion. Like I was taking those Vicodin pills in my digestion. Even today, unfortunately, I suffer from the problem that taking that medication gave me, which is a very unfortunate digestive system. Even today, this is many, many years into the future. So what you do today can impact your future, and you need to recognize that. But it also has a very fundamental part that you talked about, which is clarity. You got to wake up and feel vibrant and have that ability to think clearly. So you make choices that are good for you. And that's why that mental health, the nervous system, is fundamental. And being able to recognize where's your mental health at and optimize that, quote, whole being impact, which everybody needs. They need a whole being approach so that they feel like they exist with vitality.
Yeah. Okay. I love that. Well, listen, I got to take a quick break, but when we come back, let's talk about where people start. Like, somebody's listening to this right now. They're going, well, this is good information. Where do I start? What do I do? Where do I go so that I can start to apply some of the principles that we're talking about here? So we'll be right back.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call, so please call right now.
Well, welcome back, everybody. This is your host, Kim D. Foster. We'll be right back with my guest, Dr. Sherry McAllister, in just a moment. I want to encourage all of you to go over to our YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com and then /apt, the Courage Network. Go ahead and subscribe there so that you can not only get shows showing up in your YouTube channel for you every week, but you can also share with your family and friends this important information. So we encourage you to do that. Go over to YouTube and subscribe now. All right, back to my amazing guest. All right, it's first of all, it's such a joy to have you here today and to be able to sharing this information with my audience. Thank you so much for being here. How does the mind? Well, where do I want to go with this? Let's just talk a little bit about chiropractic and first steps for people that are listening to this.
There is a first step for everyone, and that's recognizing where are you. Chiropractic is a personalized care opportunity. But first, you have to recognize where you're at. And for many, there is a trajectory of actually feeling lost. And when you're lost, some will say, I'm nowhere. And that nowhere place is scary, and it can be very depressing. And we want to encourage you to know that we're here for a hand up. and also to those that are really feeling revitalized and rejuvenated. We're here to support and optimize your life. But when you're nowhere, that word itself is a trajectory to somewhere next. And that's where chiropractic needs to take a patient, is meet them where they're at, take them where they want to go, so that when they feel like they're nowhere, they now become a place in a GPS marker, which is, I'm now here. Fundamental and very important, because true power lies when you can prevent something from happening. But many of us, unfortunately, end up with not maintaining or optimizing. We end up trying to heal it. And I love the podcast name because it's exactly where a lot of people come. I need to heal this problem. Yeah. So we need to start thinking about and being honest with ourselves. Where are we the weakest? Where can we grow the most? And are we willing to be vulnerable enough to go where I had to go, which was the last hope, and actually get the health that we need and opportunities that will be created when we take control of our lives? Because that's the responsibility that every single listener has today, the ability to respond. If you're nowhere, to find now here. If you're now here, to go, I want to go there. So from now here to there, that there could be the summit of Mount Kilmore. It could be, Everest. You take your journey wherever you want to go. It's your life, but you have to be able to responsibly understand that everything that happens to you has a reason and a purpose, and you get to decide what the next steps are.
I love that. So what we're talking about, right now, it's just, get out of denial, right? Hey, I've got pain in my body. Okay, it's time to get this taken care of, whatever that is. Okay. And, some of you, if you've never been to a chiropractor, you are like, I like what Sherry said, 85% of the people, well, I don't necessarily like it, but 85% of you have never been to one. If I'm you, I'm looking up right now. I'm going after this broadcast. I'm looking up chiropractors around me. I'm looking for the ratings, okay, on Yelp or some other rating system. And I'm making a phone call to get my body checked up. If you don't feel like 100%, you don't feel like you were when you were a kid, hey, go check it out. I've been doing chiropractors for years, and I have to tell you, it's amazing. I can't tell you how many times I've walked in and there's either pain in my body or something's off. It's like, not only does that get fixed, but the mental clarity for me almost every time, it's just like, boom, all of a sudden, we're talking walking out of the office, right? So it's pretty amazing. Now, I want to also say one other thing. If there's a practitioner out there, whether it's an MD or it doesn't matter who it is, and they say to you, I'm sorry, we can't help you, or we can't heal you. Here, I can give you some pain relief or to treat your symptoms, or you're going to have to be on this medication for the rest of your life. Believe them, okay? Because if they're giving you their best, they're giving you what they know. So if they can't hear you, then it's time to get on the journey, a quest to learn how to heal your body. I can't tell you how many people that I've come across over the years that have healed chronic back issues, through energy, through chiropractic, cancers, all kinds of stuff, okay, that you never thought could be healed, okay, but they can, they do, okay. That's just my experience. I don't know what yours is, Sherry, but that's mine. How does this mind-body connection play in a role in achieving mental clarity? And, that emotional resilience that we're talking about that I experienced through chiropractic care. How does that happen?
Well, first, I love that you're encouraging the people that are really starting to stumble a little bit. They're not taking control of their health, and perhaps they've been to a provider that took away their hope. And unfortunately, here's the one piece that I see time and time again with hundreds of thousands of people that I've talked to is, if you have no hope, you fail to cope. And we want to make sure, like Ken, you just said, But you can find a provider that's near you. And the foundation, the number one reason why I'm even here today is I want everyone to find a chiropractor. Going to our website and being able to look up in our Find a Doctor directory that you can find someone that's really literally near you that you can go to. But when we talk about the mind-body connection and what that mental clarity means, oftentimes you'll see in healthcare today that it's long missed the importance of really connecting with the mind and body for better health. In fact, many medical doctors, they're starting to learn it for the first time ever. Chiropractic is rooted in the philosophy that if you understand and treat where you are with the mindset, because mindset is everything. If you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you will not. And it's so simple. It's so simple that we make it hard on ourselves. But when you think about how the nervous system works and what it responds to, cortisol and stress are very big functions on the brain. And that when you can release tension or inflammation or put the body, that superhighway, into a direct flow path from here to there quickly, faster than anybody would ever imagine. The body is such an amazing miracle. It really is. And it has resilience that we don't give it much credit for. But when you can move that information from here to there faster than you can blink your eye, that cognitive performance is what wakes you up in the morning and goes, I'm glad to put my feet on the ground. I'm glad to be here today. And our performance level goes up.
I was playing volleyball one day, and I came down wrong on some grass, and my knee popped out, right? And so I went, and it was swollen like crazy. And I went in and, didn't know what to expect. But the doctor said, well, you're going to have arthroscopic surgery on this, and we're going to take out your medial meniscus. So I thought, well, I guess that's what I do. That's what I heard. So anyway, they did that. This may be 35 years ago. Okay. And then, that knee took maybe 6 months to heal up. And it still gives me trouble now and then, even to this day. Now, I'm saying this for a reason, because about 3-4 years ago, I had another knee accident. It was a skiing accident. And that time I tore that medial meniscus again. But this time I had a bone fracture. I tore my ACL, my MCL. Okay, really pretty big stuff. Now, this time I thought, I'm going to go see my Bowen worker at the time, and I'm going to go see an energy worker, and I'm going to go align my body with my chiropractor, which I did because it was out. And guess what? How long did it take that to heal? Well, the one lady gave me a formula. She said, wrap your leg with like a towel and put Bragg's apple cider vinegar on it and wrap it up in cellophane. And she said, do that till the swelling goes down. So the swelling was completely gone now in 3 days. I was back riding my bike. Okay, I'm a bicyclist. Within 2 weeks, I have no problem, no issues, no nothing. That leg healed up like that. The body healed itself with the help of the alignment, that I did. I'm saying that because a lot of people out there, they don't realize that there's alternative ways that we can heal our bodies. I'm a testimonial to that. Okay, I haven't just healed that. I've healed a lot of things in my body over the years now. So what do you say to that? Well, why? What do you say to that?
So your experience is exactly where we would hope people would go. Because when you try a drug-free approach first, you're allowing your body to heal itself first and foremost. That's common sense. And unfortunately in today's world, common sense is not common when it comes to healthcare, because they took the meniscus right out for you. It's like, oh, sorry, it's broken. Let's take it out. But what if we tried to heal it with a reasonable outcome in a reasonable amount of time and then gave it that chance first? In fact, there's studies out there today that showcase if you go to a chiropractor first, you're 40% less likely for low back pain to get surgery. If you go to a chiropractor first, you have a greater chance of not getting a drug for that problem, meaning that you're going to heal the problem without the drug, but the cost and the safety go way up. Because what's the outcome of a very unfortunate overdose? And you could be in the hospital with a $90,000 bill, or someone loses you. And the world does not need to lose another single person to an opioid overdose. So your experience is spot on. When you decide that you're worthy enough to get a care package that makes you center, this should be patient-centered, personalized care. And you should demand that it is drug-free first. And try something, especially when it's neuromusculoskeletal, like you strain or sprain, or there is an opportunity for low back pain. It's mechanical in nature, and you want to try something that's not going to consistently put you on that dependency of a drug. So try it first as a non pharmaceutical approach, because you deserve to allow the body its innate ability. And we shouldn't be afraid of that. And the other word I don't think we should ever be afraid of is placebo. Like, if it's placebo, good for us. It's fantastic. Yeah. If you believe it works and it works, that's fantastic. You'll have some healthcare providers out there that will roll their eyes and say, that doesn't work. And yet people around the world are getting these fantastic outcomes. So the beyond the pain is the key. And I often want to share that many people, when they think of their teeth, will do better with their oral hygiene than they will with spinal hygiene. And your teeth fall out. Your teeth can be replaced, but can you really replace what's going on in your spine? And the answer is no. You get what you get. And there's billionaires out there that would pay a gazillion dollars for a new body because they didn't know. You can't pay for this gift. It is one of the greatest gifts you own. You will never get a second chance at this. And if you don't appreciate it now, you recognize that your greatest wealth is your health, then there's going to be times in your life where you're going to get to that end of the road and go, wow, how did I get here? And you're going to have to turn around, and someone's going to help you up. We will be there for you. Ken and I will be there for you, but don't go down that road that's going to get you to a place you don't want to go.
Yeah. And I want to be clear too, when the medical doctors are amazing. There's a lot of wonderful doctors out there that are MDs that really have your interest at heart. And again, I think one of the challenges, well, first of all, if I break a bone, I'm probably going to go see an MD because I don't know how to heal that yet myself. Okay. So, I'm going to go do that. And, there's certain things that, I guess if a cancer's gone along too far and I didn't know about it, maybe I'd have it cut out. Maybe not. I don't know. But, probably I would. But here's the thing. Healing is a quest. It's a quest. Okay. And I love what Sherry said. Try a pain, managing your own pain, okay, without opioids, if you can, okay. And opioids, quite frankly, when I tore up that knee so bad, I used the oxycodone. They gave me that, right, and I had it for a week. But the scary thing was when I ran out, it's like these pills came with like a mindset, because I'm like thinking, wow, I need to go get more of these, right? It's really weird. So anyway, but I fortunately I have good, strong willpower, and I got off them, and I was done with it. That's how they were meant to be used, I believe, because I was in chronic pain. I had a lot of pain when I first had that. But you get, they're designed for a quick fix. Unfortunately, like Sherry said, a lot of people. How many people get addicted instantly with like one pill? I mean, it's pretty scary.
30%.
30%. So you really got to watch that. Yeah. So, but anyway, it is a quest. It's a quest. And there's no reason to live with pain. Figure it out. Yeah, that's what I know. And, and I love what we're talking about. I'm going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about adjusted reality. What is adjusted reality? And so we'll be back doing that. And then I also want to give Dr. Sherry McAllister's her website so everybody can get a hold of them. So we will be right back after this break.
Hi, everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have live agents available right now to answer your questions and tell you how much your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina Bellich, here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin with us in the Help Center. So Tom, phones are really busy over there. Tell us what kind of calls you're seeing.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the call center with you. We always enjoy talking to the viewers and getting folks the compensation that they deserve. You know, we're seeing calls about all kinds of accidents, but the most common by far has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now. You'll speak with a live person. They'll answer any questions you have and tell you if you have a case and how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. All right, folks at home, you heard it. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now.
Hi, folks. Joe Namath here. Did you know that I wear hearing aids? I love my hearing aids, and I am here to help you get a deal on the same brand I wear.
Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get MD Hearing's revolutionary Neo hearing aids for just $297 a pair. The Neo is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. And you can get 2 Neo hearing aids with a 45-day risk-free trial, free shipping, and free lifetime US-based support for only $297. The Neo is nearly invisible with its tiny in-the-ear canal design.
Call my friends at MD Hearing and get the over-the-counter hearing aids that I use for you.
Call now and get not 1 but 2 Neo hearing aids for just $297.
800-789-7885. Again, that's 800-789-7885.
Welcome back, everybody. This is your host, Ken D. Foster. I'll be right back with my guest in just a moment. I want to let all of you know that I have a new book out there, and it is called The Courage to Change Everything, Daily Strategies and Essential Wisdom to Awaken Your Inner Journey, your inner genius, actually, maybe your inner journey too. So you can get it right now. It's on sale. Usually it's, I think we priced that at $29.95, so it's about on sale for half off. You can get it at couragetochange.us, couragetochange.us. I hope you'll check it out. This book will change your life. You know, a lot of people are telling me that, so I hope you go check it out. All right, back to my guest. Find out about adjusted reality and how does that reflect the evolution of chiropractic care towards whole being care.
Beautiful. Well, adjusted reality is what we hope everyone has every day. It's being able to see something and see it differently. So when you look at things during your day, you have a certain responsibility to question, and questioning is a key. So we want to, as the adjusted reality moment, is change the way you look at things so the things you look at will change. And that means change for the better, to build a bigger, better, bolder, brighter future for everyone out there. And it's possible. Question is, do you have the discipline to change it? And that's what adjusted reality really focuses on. And chiropractic, just as we started 130 years, it's 130 years this year of the evolution of where we have come from. And the adjusted reality that we're talking about is the profession being able to share more about spinal health, but also being in that whole being care program, which really reflects a patient-centered approach. And it is our job and responsibility to educate with an understanding of where the patient is, and as I said previously, where they want to go. You know, oftentimes we miss these moments like sleep posture. Many people don't even know what good sleep posture is. They don't know that research has just come out, even last week, that talked about chronic neck pain, that 70% of the United States individuals are going to have at some point in their life neck pain and how they deal with that. Posture is a big part of it. Can we look at nutrition and movement and the mindset of where you are today, so that when you look in the mirror in the morning, you don't see someone who's aging zombie. You see someone alive and ready to go. And that's really the key to whole being care and the evolution that chiropractic has. We don't want you to be in pain. We want to reflect on prevention. And like many of the Olympic athletes and the professional athletes, they all have chiropractors on their team right now. If they have it, you have to ask yourself, why don't I have it? Do I need to be, $50 million bid to be on an NFL team to get the care that I need and deserve? And the answer is, your health is your opportunity to make you the best you can be. And that means seeing a chiropractor. If it's great for an Olympic athlete, what could it do for your life and your whole being care?
I want to mention this too. My insurance, we get so many chiropractic visits a year. I think it's 10 or 12, something like that. So this is something that, look into your insurance. You probably have it covered. And if you don't, it's been my experience with chiropractors when I was just starting out my business, that they gave me a break. They gave me a break and they took care of me. It's like, so these are people that really care about you and really want to help you to live the fullest, healthiest life possible. That's been my experience. So, all right, let me ask you, we got a few minutes here. Okay. If somebody is having back problems right now, right, and they've maybe seen the chiropractor, okay, and maybe it hasn't worked for them yet, what's your advice to them?
You vote with your feet. Like any other thing that you do in life, is you need to find the care that is working for you. And like all things in life, just like drugs, in fact, not every drug works for a patient. In fact, my pharmacist told me that 70% of the drugs that are that come in and they fill their prescription, they're not the best choice for the patient, and the patient will come back with some adverse events that they need to change the drug. So if 70% of drugs, according to my pharmacist, they need to be changed out because they're not quite right for the patient, well, think about what that means just in a daily life and choosing your physicians, choosing your healthcare team. What does that approach look like? If you're not getting what you need when you need it, you vote with your feet. You find someone who can deliver the care. Now, reflect too that don't be impatient, because sometimes it takes, in fact, time to heal. And one of the things I had to learn the hard way was, when you have and let things go and you don't maintain that beautiful body that you have, it will take longer to get you back into that supercharged lifestyle that I hope you're looking for. So find patience, but also ask questions. This is your body. You should know all of the things that are happening to it. And I love to say, my brethren, my chiropractic friends out there, they're there to help you find proper alignment, find better mobility. What is your posture looking like? What is the overall function of how you're feeling? When you start to prevent chronic issues, especially for some of us like Ken, where we do podcasts and we sit all day with sedentary lifestyle moments, we got to find our movement back. And for those that need that natural boost in life, this is where chiropractic and the research is pushing us, showing that adjustments not only impact our body, but also our brain. And that the research is coming out. It's I hate to say this, but it is kind of mind blowing, because we didn't know that we were impacting the brain and how the brain sees where the body is. And that's really powerful and empowering for a patient. So the question was, if you're not getting the care, you got to find somewhere else, and you got to be patient and consistent, but take that moment to reflect. You're the most important person right now, and you need to be right where you're supposed to be, which is getting the care you need and deserve. You're a gem, and people around you need you, and they're going to depend on you to be the best you can be. And taking an opiate as an example, as a mother, and you're driving your children to work, are you the best you can be because of your low back pain? Because you're putting yourself at risk? your most precious babies in the back seat at risk and the people on the road with you at risk. And we want to be able to protect, preserve, and optimize. And that comes with getting the care you need and ensuring that that care is effectively working for you. Not everybody's the same.
I love it. Website, where can we get a hold of you?
New opportunity, because we talked about adjusted reality. Our podcast is moving to the next level, and we would love to take everybody with us on this journey. It's a Forbes book that will be dropping in October. So it's Adjusting You. Everybody comes along on this journey with us, and you can find a doctor of chiropractic at our website. You can go to f4cp.org/find a doctor. Or if you want to learn more as the upcoming Adjusted Reality book drops, it's f4cp.org/adjusted.
I love that. Okay, we're putting that on the screen right now, and let's see if we can get that on there before we close here. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, we're putting that up there. Hopefully that's all spelled correctly, and go see Dr. Sherry McAllister there. Wow, Dr. McAllister, thank you so much for being here. This has been a very informative, incredible show. I think a lot of people will benefit from it, and I just honestly thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, and for all of you, I'd like to let you know that this show is really done for you. It's what we try to put out in the world. So make sure to go out and subscribe so that you can pass this on to your family and friends, those that you care about. Remember, you don't have to live with chronic pain. Go heal it. Till next time.